Ok, parece que ya estamos listos también en Facebook Live. Ok, nada más quiero preguntar si me escuchan. Me parece que hay un coach me dice que no me está escuchando. ¿Sí me escuchan? Ok, ya está solucionado. Coaches, como siempre, vamos a hacer la dinámica de esta clínica. Vamos a poner el chat al lado derecho, que ya lo pueden ver ahí. Háganme favor de anotar su nombre, el equipo en donde son coaches y también la ciudad de donde son, como siempre lo hacemos. Ese chat también va a servir para que me hagan, para que vayan haciendo todas las preguntas que vayan teniendo y el coach Brooks las va a ir viendo y conforme las vaya viendo las va a ir respondiendo. ¿Ok? Bueno, pues vamos a comenzar. Como les decía, vamos a transmitir en Facebook. Ya estamos transmitiendo en Facebook en vivo. Para los que no se alcancen a conectar, tengan oportunidad de vernos por ahí. E igualmente ahí se va a quedar la grabación para que lo puedan consultar en el caso que tengan que quieran verlo nuevamente. Bueno, coaches, muchas gracias a todos. Les agradezco mucho que estén aquí. Saben que hemos venido dando clínicas desde hace 12 semanas. Iniciamos con la enseñanza del Portela Tackling System y luego empezamos con invitados, grandes invitados. Y hoy no es la excepción. Tenemos al coach Reggie Brooks. El coach Brooks es una leyenda en Notre Dame. Es parte de la dirección atlética de la universidad. Fue jugador en Washington Redskins. Ahora acaba de ser contratado como director ejecutivo de la Fundación Holtz. Él es pupilo del coach Lou Holtz, el legendario coach Lou Holtz. Lo conocí en Italia el año pasado. Coincidimos en un campamento al que fui invitado y él también. Lo conocí allá, conocí a su esposa, grandes personas. Al parecer, este año yo tenía pensado ir a Notre Dame a tomar clínicas en abril, ya que me invitó el coach. Y desafortunadamente sucedió lo de la pandemia, ¿no? Y por esa razón ya no pudimos ir para allá. Pero bueno, sin más preámbulo, vamos a presentar al coach. Coach Brooks, I was telling that last year we met in Italy. What was I planning to do this year to go to Notre Dame to take some clinics. Thanks for your invitation, but the pandemic things, we can not go there. Maybe the next year. Can you listen to me, Coach?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, Coach. Today we have coaches from Spain, Mexico, of course. Also, we have from Colombia, Ecuador, Chile, Argentina, and I think that's it. Okay, Coach, let me please share your screen to start.
Before I do that, I want to just make it known. Like I said, I do coach, but I do not coach at Notre Dame. I am actually a part of Notre Dame's athletic administration, so I'm oversee from an athletic standpoint, and so I don't want to say that, hey, I'm one of the Notre Dame coaches. I want to verify that. I do work with our football staff and other athletic department staff, the other programs. So I just want to put that out there before I start with the presentation. And let me share my screen now. Oh, here we go. Is it sharing? You see it?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. So talking about the inside zone run and outside zone run. I'm going to start with the inside zone run, and we're going to go through a couple of different defenses. And people have different terminology for defensive fronts. I think that's the first part of understanding how to attack a defense with the zone run. Is understanding the front, knowing what front you're working against, because the offensive linemen have to work in unison. For the zone to be successful, it requires a team effort and everybody getting off the ball at the same time. If you look at I have a couple the shades. So this is a 4-3 defense. Boss 4-3, and this means backers over strong. So you have the wheel backer, Mike, Sam. Sam is outside. Slid over, and this is a over defense. So over defense, you got a 1 technique, a 3 technique. And sometime this play side in will be head up to inside with the outside, the Sam backer with outside leverage. First thing here is knowing, okay, what type of front you're looking at. And you're dealing with the over front. Okay, the offensive linemen, they know, hey, inside run, it's a tighter step. You're not looking to, like on the outside run, to really stretch and get width. So it's a tighter stretch. So like with the center, he's uncovered. In this defense, the center's uncovered. So he's working play side, but he's looking for the Mike backer. He's going to work up to the Mike backer. But that first step, get, and I'm a firm believer in fundamentals, and good step, good pad level, coming off the ball, and with zone, it's important that the offensive line comes off, stepping in unison, almost like a chorus line. So you have your right tackle, left guard, right guard, center, left guard, left tackle. They're all stepping in unison with their eyes up, looking for the target. So, this left tackle, he's reaching this in. He wants to work up to his outside shoulder, but get good punch inside. And he's going to, with all the offensive linemen, the whole focus is the defense they're going to go where they're going to go. We're going to step and create lanes based on a good track by the offensive line, stepping in unison, going left. And like I said, this outside guy here, the tight end, he's going to work up to that outside linebacker, the Sam backer. And he's not looking to really reach that guy, because again, inside zone, you're trying to get the defense moving. You want to get them moving and get their momentum going as the running back does footwork, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But the important thing here is first understanding what kind of front you're looking at or you're attacking, and knowing the calls that you can make. Like I said, this is basically man blocking. When you look at this is man blocking. You always leave that backside end free. That's the quarterback's man. So a good read step with the offensive lineman. And one of the things that big on is not drop stepping, or they call it a bucket step, where you step underneath yourself. You need to be stepping forward and at an angle, good pad level, shoulder square, head up, and get into the defender and work up through the outside shoulder, but maintaining leverage. So if he decides to fall off inside, so say this 3 technique tries to creep back in here toward the A gap, because you're taking a shorter step, it's not a wide step, he's going to run back into you, but you can still get up into him and get that momentum and drive him off the ball. The big thing with the running back, so we'll talk now about again, what I'd say I'm more comfortable with is talking about the running back steps. This is you're in the shotgun, or like I said, snapping the ball. Running back here, the thing here is to take a good tight read so he can see what's going on. So you're really playing into the inside hip of that offensive guard. And again, your first read is the play side tackle as a running back. So what does that block look like? What kind of leverage? And then you're looking next at the play side end. Is he getting width? Did he come inside? Where is that button? And something Coach Mosley, one of my coaches at Notre Dame, always told me, call follow the butts. So you get behind those big offensive linemen and follow their butts. So wherever the defender goes in zone, you're going to create lanes because they're going to, as you stretch and widen, they're going to create lanes. But it's important that the running back take proper footwork, and I usually try to do an open step, but you want to stay square. So this is a tighter track. So this is one where you're not turning your shoulders and running to get width, because there's an opportunity for a backside cut. If this wheel back or backside linebacker overplays it and you get movement on this backside tackle, then there's an opportunity. If he tries to overrun it, you can push him out and you get a backside cut. So you want the running back to keep his shoulder square, so if need be, he can get this ball back to that backside A gap. But eventually, it all starts with that play side read of the first play side tackle, defensive tackle, play side end. If they have those guys controlled, then you want to press the hole. So as you're making you get the ball, and you never look at the quarterback when you're receiving the ball as a running back. Focus on your reads and reading the defense as you're approaching the line of scrimmage. And if you get this Mike backer, he overruns, and you get this tackle and they're moving this way, you're going to get a natural cutback, especially if you can get this backside tackle and backside linebacker cut off. It usually creates a seam right over the center. But there are times when, this center, if he does it well enough, he can cut this Mike backer off. He can get leverage here, and it'll shoot right up into the B gap because they're able to get that leverage, and you guys just got to stick it up in there. But it's important that the running back has good footwork, shoulder square, attacking the line of scrimmage, because and making sure he presses the line of scrimmage or gets to as close to the line of scrimmage before he makes his cut. Because those linebackers, they're tracking that running back. So as he moves, it's going to dictate what happens with those running lanes for him. So if he does a good job of pressing the hole and forcing those defenders to move, it'll create natural lanes based on where they are and where those opportunities. And be honest with you, can even cut back if you get the backside tackle and wheel backer playing over hard, running hard. That can cut back all the way to the backside A gap. And this is where it's important for both to understand the reads of the quarterback. So this is a play side run. So the first play side read for the quarterback is to identify that how many men are in the box. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 linemen, and you have 7 men in the box right now. And with 7 men, you have this is the quarterback's guy. So that first read is, do we have an 8th guy coming into the box? And that's usually that strong safety play side, and he's reading it. So if he's back off the ball, you can run it. And then your read immediately goes from the quarterback. You read pre-snap, you're reading, okay, how many we have in the box? Second read is, what is that backside end doing? So if this end decides to crash down and everybody's playing hard, running hard, defense is running hard, play side, quarterback has the option to pull it and boom, get around the edge. But he is also, after the quarterback makes the handoff, he is to move backside to try to keep that end honest and not let him crash down and keep and block off that the running lane, the backside A gap, if we get a lot of movement going play side. And we'll make sure we have some questions. Okay, no. So that's kind of what you're looking at when you're inside zone versus a 43 defense, a 4-3 defense, where you got a outside shade here, inside shade, backers over strong, and again, different defenses have different calls. So we'll move on to the next one. And very similar. This is just a 4-3 over. And the only difference is that the Sam Backer has moved up outside shade of the tight end. So you're still, again, offensive line is coming off the ball, short step, reach step, and getting square and pushing up to the outside shoulder of the defender. And again, running back's responsibility is he comes over track, he's reading this play side tackle, play side end, up through to the linebackers. So if we get a lot of movement here, this ball can either come here, bounce, or it can cut all the way back. And then your quarterback, again, how many do we have in the box? We got 7 in the box. Okay. We can block up 6 guys. This guy over here, that's my guy. I'm responsible for the backside end. So if this safety, strong safety, drops down into the box, you don't have a play. You're going to have to, check out of it and check to something else and get yourself into a better play. But as long as he's off the ball, if he's not in the box, and the box for me is 5 yards deep, 5 yards off the ball from the ball. So he's here, he's off the ball. So you're running. Athletic offensive line is a great thing to have here. Boom, you're coming here. Everybody's reaching, short step, because we're not trying so much to focus to get hard outside. We just want to get movement with the defense to get them moving. So we'll create lanes just by getting into the defender, staying square, driving them off the ball. And the back is a critical piece of this because his footwork and his ability to press the hole and then make a move from here will be a big part of how well this play will work. That inside zone, I can't stress enough the importance of the offensive line coming off the ball as one unit. And then it's also important that we get movement. When I played, one of the things you always look for when you're watching the success of an offensive line is, can they create a new line of scrimmage? And the zone run is a great opportunity to kind of create that next level. So if you're running, if you can get that defender, not allow penetration, and you run your track, everybody's running their track, you don't allow penetration and you get movement up to 1 yard and 1.5 yards off the ball where you're pushing these defenders here, that creates more opportunity for the running back to press the hole. So then he can create from there and you'll get those running lanes. And again, usually inside run, I love this play, especially as a running back, because it gives the running back freedom to read. And when you're looking for runners, one of the key aspects I always look for as a running back is not speed, it's not agility, it's vision. Because the better vision a running back has, he can decipher, again, read what's the defensive front, what are they doing, and he can read on the run and see those lanes as they open up, and then the ability to get back into that backside A gap or bounce it or stick it up in there, finding those creases will give you a better opportunity to have success with this play. Okay, now let's look at with the receiver moved out. So you got 6 men in the box. And again, you're still reading. This is an over front. It's 4-2 over. So you're still, again, track. Everything is run. So this is basically man to blocking. Quarterback's reading this in. First read is always play side. How many do we have in the box? We have 6 in the box. We can run this play. We have 5 linemen, a running back, and a quarterback. So quarterback is responsible for the backside in, making sure he keeps him honest. And, this is something, again, and also telling quarterbacks, you have to be vigilant. So many times after the ball is handed off, instead of running the play and finishing it through and forcing this in to maintain honesty, as the game will progress, that quarterback tends to start getting, and he'll stop around here watching the ball, and that breaks the play down, because this play is inside zone is predicated on getting a hat on a hat. This guy here, getting up to here, getting up here, and getting into the defender. But this guy's free. Quarterback, this is your man, and you have to continue to stress that. Keep your head in the game, stay disciplined with what you're doing to have success. Because if he continues to keep coming out here after getting the ball, he creates opportunities and lanes for the running back. But again, if this guy gets lazy, he tends to sit in here, there are opportunities to get the ball outside. And that backside, if it's open, you can hit that for a big gain, but everybody has to do their job. It requires discipline, focus, and consistency. Offensive line, we have to be consistent in that step and making sure that step is right. So you don't want to step underneath yourself, because when you step underneath yourself, it throws everybody off. This is a chorus line. Offensive line is the chorus line. Everybody on the same page, everybody getting off the ball at the same time, taking the same steps, getting up into the defender. It makes this play work. And this is one of the most important aspects of this play is, again, the offensive line being in unison. It requires all 5 guys, 6 if you have a tight end, coming off the ball in unison, shoulder to shoulder, and then driving up to get to their respective defender. All right, so now we're going to move to a 4-3 under look. So again, if you guys want to talk about fronts and how they're named, more than happy to do that. But again, we're looking at 6 linemen, 7 defenders. So we got an end, tackle, end, Sam Backer, Mike Will. Sam's up on the ball. And for the front side, for the tackle and the tight end, it's no different than the over front, almost identical in terms of their steps and how they step. The difference starts to take place with the guards, because the guard is uncovered here. This tackle is shaded over the center. Center's going to step play side as he normally would. He's no longer uncovered, so he has to take that first man. But with the guard, you're not going to take you're not going to take that synchronized step. You're going to punch up through. Again, with this inside run, again, we're not necessarily trying to blow out and get out to the edge. So you're going to punch up through this defensive tackle up to Mike. Again, and it's not it's not a hard step out inside or a short step inside. You're just driving straight up through to make sure you we called it a tag block. So you kind of tagging off of the defensive tackle up to the Mike linebacker. And all the time, your eyes are still going here. But the thing about it is, like with the back, it doesn't change your track. Don't try to follow in behind the guard. You keep that same track coming through here because you're responsible for influencing the Mike and Will linebacker. So if you try to cut it short, running back cuts it short, a lot of times you'll get that Mike backer hitting inside here or trying to blitzing, doing a blitz to catch their running back. So again, the running back has to get that open crossover and get his shoulder square, but he still needs to be coming, right up the butt of the guard to influence this Mike linebacker and the Will, because again, and you go in the backside guard. He's not stepping to get here. He's punching through and working up. Because again, as the back comes, he's going to work over. So he's going to work to him. And that can, again, with this tackle, sorry about that. Hold on. So with this tackle, again, he's going to be coming here. He's going to see that center step. He's going to try to cross his face. And we're driving here, getting up to the backers. But that step with the running back, he comes over. And again, if they're overplaying it, he gets up here. He can wash him across this way, and we'll have that backdoor cut. Because we want to make sure this backside tackle, we control this 3 technique here. So if that peels back, we have them under control. So for the running back, your read, first play side defender. So that's the first play side defender. Here's the defensive tackle. Second play side defender on the ball is the end. So you're looking at a pretty big, your guard's uncovered, running back. So you want, again, you're pressing the hole. And this is why we want to, kind of a double team here to get movement off the ball, to get that 1.5 yard movement so we can press the hole. So when the backers come up, he'll this guard punch right up through. So you're not staying on this defensive tackle. You're punching through to allow the center to get play side and get play side leverage on this defensive tackle. Same thing here. You're punching up through. You're not blocking the right guard is not blocking the backside tackle. He's punching up through to the linebacker. That allows the the right tackle to get his open step and get down here. And again, tag block or scoop block where he's scooping through to get here. And and he's punching here up to here. So boom, up to here. The 4, quarterback, you're responsible, get your read. What is that backside end doing? You got to control him, because again, this ball could come here, and if these guys run, it can get back out to this back. It can come back out here and get back out here. Most times it's going to stay play side A gap to backside A gap, and here you might find a little soft spot through here. But again, track, press the hole, make your move.
Coach.
Yes.
We think a quick question here. Can you see it?
Yeah. Okay. O-line first steps are just flat steps. You have rules for occupied or unoccupied. So hopefully I'm answering it. So you don't want to lose ground, so it's not a flat step out. You're gaining somewhat. You're gaining just a little bit of ground here. It's a shorter step. So it's like it's kind of almost like a dance. It's a two-step. So you're stepping forward, but at a slight angle. It's not a flat step across. You're still gaining ground with that first step. And again, when we start talking about outside zone, there's a distinct difference between the outside zone steps are more of a flatter step, but inside zone is not so much flat. You're gaining ground. You have to gain ground with that first step. It's a quicker, shorter step, but it's still a step to gain ground because you're still trying to come off the ball and drive that defender back. Hopefully that, if that's not clear, please let me know, because like I said, we'd like to provide clarity on that. So it's not a flat step, it's a shorter step, but you're gaining ground play side. You're stepping play side with a shorter step. And that's, again, with those that are in that kind of that concert chorus line steps, everybody's stepping together, except when, like I said, when it's under defense, then you're just, the guards are driving off, punching through. Okay. Now I said inside zone versus a 4-2. Again, punching through up to, you're still punching through up to the linebackers. Again, running backs read is play side, first play side defender, play side defender on the line of scrimmage. So it's first here, left defensive tackle, defensive end, because you got to make sure, hey, as a running back, you're coming through here. If he steps up here, boom, you're back. But if the center's able to reach this tackle, it's most likely going to stay play side. So that next read is that defensive end. Was the tackle able to reach him, and boom, up. So it almost becomes like man blocking, but you have that tag block or scoop block here, working up to the linebackers, running back, press the hole, and give your offensive lineman a chance to make a block. Because that linebacker is the Mike backer, and if he sees you here and you get too wide or you take poor steps, he could run through, and you never give that guard a chance to get on him. That's why it's important to keep a good tight track, so to help get movement, because those backers are tracking your steps, and he's more likely, if you just come straight here, he's going to hit that. That's why it's here, and you track here. That's to keep those linebackers, honest, because they don't know where you're going. But if you just come straight downhill, come straight across and downhill, poor footwork, it'll allow the linebackers to react quickly. They're going to step up and blow up the play. So for the backs, it all works in concert. The zone concept requires everyone working in unison, stepping in unison, proper footwork, proper reads by the quarterback, for this to all come together in a way that's going to benefit and get movement and become a positive play. Now this is the deal 5-3 or 5-2 or eagle front, where the inside linemen are covered. So again, you got a nose tackle, two tackles, and a lot of times they're shaded outside, so 3 techniques. And this nose tackle has a two-way go. But if you're taking proper steps, it doesn't matter which way he goes, he's wrong. Because if he goes here, you running back again, you have to, your track does not change, and you're critical to the success of the play for the running back, because again, now you have it where the tackle is punching up through, because again, we're not trying to reach, we're not reaching all the way out here. We're just trying to get some movement. So this tight end just blocking on. Now you have the center, he's stepping play side, short step, gain ground. Left guard, short step, gain ground, and the left tackle punches up through because he's coming to get this Mike backer. Same here. You got punched through by the right guard. He's punching up through and working his way up. And now this one, you want to get more. You want to get pushed. So for this right tackle, he's stepping down in. So the guard is really pushing, is drive blocking. They're drive blocking. This is the double team. This is a full-on double team, backside tackle to get him off the ball. You got to get this guy moving. So that's, but keeping your eyes up, and if you're able to come off onto the backer, great. But this, you got to get this guy moving. You got to get him off the ball, because again, if he's coming this way, back is here. And again, you're going to get yards, especially if you can get this guy pushed off the ball. And even if the nose tackle jumps back here, he's creating a lane that you're going to run through. So this is probably one of the tougher defenses to run that inside zone against. But it's still positive play, but it still requires everybody to be disciplined and know what we're trying to get accomplished. And again, getting off the ball, punch through up to the Mike linebacker, inside or outside leverage, short step, get into this. And again, for the running back, first play side defender, that's your read, on the first play side defender on the line of scrimmage. Is the tackle right here. Next, you go out here. So next read is here. So you're always reading front side, what's going on front side. And this is another eagle. So this is, a lot of times people call this a double eagle front. These two are very similar. It's a 5'2". Biggest difference, again, he's wider. That's really about it. The Sam is a little bit wider, and you have these tackles are in more of like a 5 technique. So that's head up over the tackles. And again, quarterback, we're reading backside line, in man on the line of scrimmage, backside. So where this be an in line, in this case is a will linebacker. You got 4 backers. This linebacker, but he's still in man on the line of scrimmage. That's your read with the inside zone, and you're responsible for him. Front side and this, and they may have mentioned it, but I want to reiterate that strong safety, that's the quarterback's first read, is to see what kind of front are we looking at, and he's basically counting numbers. How many guys do we have in the box? And if we get that 8th guy in the box, then we have to make a call. And like I said here, same thing. We have 5 linemen. We have 6 guys in the box. If this guy comes down, he becomes 7. We're outnumbered. And that's the pre-snap read. When you get to the line of scrimmage, get up to the ball, quarterback, that's the first thing he's reading is play side, And then he knows who the backside guy is. How many guys in the box? Where's my backside end or backside defender that I'll be reading off of on the line of scrimmage? Any questions on the inside zone? Okay. Well, let's move on to the outside zone. So this is versus 4-3. Backers over strong. So the backers have shifted over strong side of the line. Now, the difference with inside zone to outside zone, there's no cutback. I mean, this is full go. Everybody, and I tried to exaggerate this. And be honest with you, I wouldn't even recommend punching through, but I think again, with this tight end, if your offensive line is disciplined enough or effective enough, then they may cause he can punch up through to this Sam. But we're trying to get the edge. We're trying to get this edge. So everybody's running. So this is where the offensive line, it's a flatter step. You still want to stay square, but you're a flatter step, course line across the front, flat step, and we're running. We're running at angles to get up through because this is outside zone. We're trying to get this ball to the edge. So this tackle in, again, if he can punch up through and get this guy, great. But we've got to secure this edge. And that's the running back's first read. Normally, like I said, inside zone is the first defender play side, which would be here. But outside zone, running back, get your eyes here. What is happening at the point of attack? Because this is where all the action comes. Because we're running. Left guard, left tackle, we're running. Everything is getting outside, and this is we're trying to get this defense moving, get them running, and get them pushed off. So this step, he's turning his shoulders, and we're running. We're running to get to the edge, and to when you're again, that's your landmark is the outside end of the defender. So wherever that last defender is on the line of scrimmage, we're running to get there. And as you're coming across, you don't want to go here. It's still crossover. So you're running here. This is the track. Because if you continue this track here, if you don't get the edge, you have an opportunity to run it here and then cut up. And the thing about that is, if these guys are getting out here, getting into the defenders, they're running to keep them from crossing. The defenders are running to keep them from crossing their face. So if this end, he's fighting through, he's fighting over, but they're being forced to get out here to cut you off, that creates seams. That's going to create seams. Not going to cut way back here, but again, it'll create seams and holes and lanes, and that's why it's important for the running back to stay on that track, outside track, that hopefully it'll open up as they get the defenders running, create those lanes. That zone is you're stepping to and you're just blocking anything that comes into your area. Because this end, he may step straight here, but he'll be stepping right into that tackle. And so he steps up and then boom. This is one I was saying before, this is not a double team. This is a punch and go. Punch and go. We're punching and go to get to this man. And left guard, he's running to cut this 3 technique off. He's chasing his outside shoulder. Again, outside run, we're chasing the outside shoulder of the defender, and we're running. And as you start to, that flat step, we flatten out, but then at some point we got to start gaining ground. But that first initial step is flat and fast and flat, get to that edge. And that's across the board. And we're still reading. Quarterback still reading. Do we have how many in pre-snap read? How many do we have in the box? We have 7. That's still your guy. And it's important to maintain that discipline, knowing that, hey, this ball is going outside, because we're going to have plays coming off of this outside zone that's going to require the quarterback to maintain discipline, get it, and come out here every time. It has to be consistent. The same look at running back is flying over, trying to get outside, quarterback, hand the ball off. We're coming back outside the back, coming out the back end, And we have to control this guy, even though we know the ball is going play side, we're still responsible for controlling this guy for plays down the line. And that's why it's so important the quarterback be consistent in what he does. And this goes back to now here. This is the one where when the Sam backer comes up on the line of scrimmage, again, everybody's except this over front. We're running, step and go. This is that flat step, running back, open, boom, run. Outside zone is about getting the defense moving and creating those lanes. So if we're stretching him, I mean, we're fighting to hook this Sam backer. We're fighting to hook this in. Again, we're just trying to create seams. We're running to create seams. So if somebody falls off, that's going to create a lane. If we can get somebody hooked, say he gets out here, and then we're able to hook the end, running back, boom, you're right through here. Say we're able to get him here, then you're all the way out. But it could be these two guys run, and we don't get hooked here. So you start that track, but then boom, you can get it up through here. But it's going to require getting the defensive running to create those seams to give you a chance to have success with this play. We'll move on. This is, like I said, same thing with the 4-2 in concert. There's no double team. This is, and again, this is not man blocking. Even like I said, looks like it's basically looks like man, but we're on a track. Everybody's on a track. Step and run. And don't get caught short. It's one of the things that happens with this play is like this, the left guard, he'll get moving, but the center, because he's uncovered, he's chasing this man because it's not a man concept. It is not a man concept. If this guy comes back in here, he should run right into the center. If the center's taking this flat step here, he's here, flat, boom, he's running. So it requires everybody to be on the same page, and you have to be disciplined. I will continue to stress this. It is of the utmost importance that everybody on the line know the play, first of all, and know, hey, outside, I'm running a track. There's a track that I have to, I'm running that, like a train on a track. My track here. Everybody is running on that same track, because if you get everybody running on that same track, again, this defense, they got to run. They got to move. They're reacting. Get them moving, and with this, you got a back that can get out here and force them to say, hey, we got to go. And that's going to create those running lanes. And that's where, again, it's the importance of vision for a running back is to be able to see and react back to what's going on. But the line, you got blinders on. You got and you're on your track. With the outside zone, you're on your track. Flat step, get moving. Flat step, get moving. Flat step, get moving. And again, 4-3. Again, this is one where, hey, you know, might look here and, hey, you can punch. No, you're not punching nothing. This right guard, get your butt moving. You're on your track. This is one, we're on a track. Track, run that track. This center, you should be running like you're trying to go on that track that runs right through this Mike backer. Left guard, you're not blocking the middle linebacker. And again, if he runs through, he should be running into the center. If the center's on the right track, he's coming here. If he comes here, boom. If he comes back here, boom. Everybody's on a track. If this end comes back inside, he should be running right into the right guard. If they have a stunt on, so if you have a stunt with the Sam in the end, Sam is coming in and he's looping around, it doesn't matter. When he comes down, he's running right into this left tackle. And again, if he loops around, he's on that track. And he's going to get hit in the mouth when he comes around because this tight end is stepping out and we're running. And it'll create a scene. But again, it requires everybody to be on the same page, knowing there's no. And again, you look at another 4-2 front. We're not looking at a man. We're not blocking a man. We're blocking an area. This is zone. We're running a track. Is this right tackle? You're running through that tackle, trying to say, "Hey, I'm blocking him through. I'm on my track. Anything that crosses my path, I'm hitting it in the mouth. I'm stretching it. I'm going." And again, and even here, he's running out here, but again, he's on a track. And I just have this like this, so he's running out towards him, but he's still running this track. That's for each person. If he runs, he's going to run right in. It's like I said, if this backer runs, this is the double eagle look. If he runs, boom. And if he comes down here, we're still running this track across the board. Everybody's going because we're trying to get to that edge. So that's my view and perspective as it relates to the inside run. I mean the zone concept, and open to questions. Hopefully, it was beneficial to you. But it's critical that those little distinctions between inside zone versus outside zone are made clear to the offensive line first and foremost, and then the quarterback running through his reads.
Coaches, ¿alguien tiene alguna pregunta? Any question, coaches? Any questions about this? Oh, coach, here are a question here. Did you see it?
Outside zone. Okay. Outside zone, the running back, he's on that end man. His first focus, really only focus, is the outside, the end man on the line of scrimmage, play side. So here it's the tackle. Here it's the Sam backer. So because he's trying to get that ball to the edge. If we are able to block the edge, he's going to take it. So his read, he's working outside in on the outside zone, and where inside zone, he's working inside out. So first play side down lineman for the inside zone. For the outside zone, it's last place side lineman on the line of scrimmage. So here it's the running back, his read is here. Here, it's always that end man. In outside zone is the end man on the line of scrimmage is his first read, because that's where the focal point. You always start with the focal point of the play. In outside zone, we're trying to get to the edge. And again, that's why that track is important. So he can, try to draw him out to create that lane, or if the offensive lineman or tight end is able to get the edge and get it hooked, you outside. You're outside all the way. So it's that for the outside zone, it's the end man on the line of scrimmage. That's your first read.
Any other questions, coaches? ¿Alguna otra pregunta, coaches?
Is that a question?
Coach, gracias.
I think no more questions, coach.
Okay.
So, coach, I really appreciate that you spend your time to share some football with the coaches present today. Congratulations on your new job as executive director at Holtz Heroes. For those who do not know, a quien no conozca qué es esa fundación, es una fundación por el coach creada por el coach Lou Holtz, quien ayuda con becas a estudiantes y a comunidades en necesidad. Reggie, I know you are going to do a great job on Holtz Heroes. Coach Holtz chose you for a reason. Once again, I appreciate your time. Greetings to your wife. I hope to see you soon.
Thank you. And I will also want to say thank you for all the hard work you coaches put in. Having been a player, I know the love you have to have for the game to do what you do. And it is very uplifting and gets me excited to have this many people accept that. But first of all, to even consider listening to what I had to say. But secondly, the value that football has in building young men to be better. And, coaches are also educators. And I thank you for educating our young men and, providing an opportunity to realize their dreams. So please know how valuable you are and how much of an impact you make on our young people and their development going forward.
Yes, of course, coach. Thank you very much for your time. Coach, les agradezco mucho su presencia. Como siempre, muy agradecido con todos ustedes. Espero hayan podido aprender un poco lo que habló el coach Brooks. Muchas gracias a todos. Nos vemos a las 12 con la siguiente clínica. Muchas gracias a todos. Thank you very much, Coach Brooks. See you.
Gracias, coach.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, coach.